My name is Judah. Judah the Barbarian. I was born in New Jersey, and when I was 2 years old, I made Aliyah to Israel with my family. We settled on a kibbutz in central Israel, and when I was 9, I discovered baseball. It would be quite impossible to describe exactly what it was about the game that attracted me to it so much. There was something innately satisfying about smashing a ball and seeing it fly far through the air, speeding across the baseline faster than the fielders could make a play, lunging to make a catch. Something so elegant, so fluid, something godly. Digging through the old yearbook photos from my parents' high school, I spent hours studying the dress and look of ball players. Baggy 3/4 length pants, pulled up above the socks and stirrups, short sleeves over long undershirts, hats, gloves, bats. It was also unique and different. This strange, part grass, part dirt, oddly shaped field, encompassed by an uneven patchwork of fences. It was so special. Everything about baseball was beautiful, perfect. I drove my dad crazy to tell me all he knew about the game, to teach me, to tell me stories about the greats. I had no team to play on, so I made my own. We were called the Glil Yam Pirates. My father got in contact with the Israel American Baseball League, and they brought over to our kibbutz a bag of gloves, balls, helmets, and a few bats. I convinced my entire class to show up for baseball practice twice a week and taught them what I had barely learned myself. I designed our uniforms, which my mother sewed. We played and competed. A year or so later, my family and I moved back to the States, where, of course, I played for years. At the age of 19, I returned alone to Israel for my military service. Baseball was gone from my life for a time, but not forgotten. After I married and had children, I knew baseball would come back. And so when my sons got old enough, I started the baseball program here in our tiny town of Bat Hefer. Our team would be called the Barbarians. All of my kids would play on the Barbarians. We played and competed. But far more than a baseball program, the Bat Hefer Barbarians became a club for the wild, untamed youth of the valley, who for whatever reason didn't exactly didn't fit the mold of other sports programs. Our club was a place kids came to play, not practice. A wide open space where they had complete freedom of action and personal initiative. My job was to teach the game and just let the kids play. Our numbers grew. The town of Bat Hefer is located right up against the separation barrier in the Hefer Valley. Right across this fence is the Palestinian town of Tulkarem, full of terrorists. 200 meters away is the first house of that city. And right on the other side is my town, is Bat Hefer. So you can see that's the first row of houses. It's amazing how it's so close. So here is where we play baseball. And right over here is the city of Tulkarem. Since October 7th, 2023, we have been constantly under attack by small arms fire and attempts at infiltration.
אז כמו שאפשר לראות כאן מאחוריי, זו הגדר שמפרידה בין בת חפר לבין טול כרם. הבתים הראשונים של טול כרם קרובים מאוד, ברמת ה-200 ו-250 מטר, וכ-300 מטר צפונה מאיתנו, בקו ישר. אתמול שני מחבלים מגיעים ויורים לעבר בתי היישוב.
And of course, the ever-present sirens going off when incoming missile barrages are detected. Unfortunately, the barbarians are well drilled in dropping everything and running for cover to the nearest bomb shelter. While all this may sound pretty harsh, there's something really uplifting about seeing a group of kids being able to detach themselves from the dangers and chaos of war, and then storm out of the concrete shelter and back to the open field, just kind of like they're lifting a big middle finger to danger in order to keep playing ball. It's insane. I love it. Anyway, the baseball program here is really growing, so that now we have another team from the neighboring town of Gan Yoshia that started up. We call them the Swamp Cats. This past year, I spent a lot of time and money and effort to improve our facilities here in Bat Hefer. I got all the barbarians out and we built a nice big dugout. I built a pitching mound. I make my own bases. Basically, anything that I need that can't really be ordered, or is just too heavy and expensive to order. Then I spent whatever money I had left building my master creation. Look at this. Look at this. Totally legit batting cage. The kids come here all the time, even when there's no practice. They come and get the key and just go smashing baseballs for a few hours. All this, and just a few hundred meters away, it's war. Crazy. I really have no idea how I got to this place, to this position in life, being a coach, heading this awesome program. I just kind of tried to provide the kids of my town what I never had as a kid in Israel. I gave them baseball in all its beauty and excitement. That's all I ever really tried to do. And now I have parents constantly coming up to me telling me how being on the Barbarians baseball team was the best thing that ever happened to their kid and so on. That baseball had become their whole life, and that they're way happier and have way more friends. Pretty wild. So I made this video, which I hope will be circulated as much as possible, and we can get the Hefer Valley baseball program some much needed funding. I have a million ideas how we can grow and expand, but everything costs a ton in Israel. Even though I do everything myself, I get the Barbarians out here and we make everything. Everything here in Israel is really expensive. So if I want to build a tiny equipment shed or a dugout for the visiting team or a backstop, or maybe expand the batting cage and build some pitching tunnels, you know, stuff like wood or galvanized steel, gravel, fencing material, anything I need is super expensive. We have tournaments we need to go to every so often, and games, of course, and renting a bus costs a ton. Since the war began, many of the dads have been called up for service, and the moms can't really leave their other children at home alone. We need to have a way to get to games and tournaments and such, so yeah, rides cost money, everything costs money. And of course, we need regular baseball stuff, like balls, uniforms, helmets, bats. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video and liked learning a bit about baseball in Israel and the challenges that we face every day. Hope you enjoyed learning about the Barbarians. We will always continue to stand defiantly against the forces of evil by doing what we love best, and that is playing the most beautiful and fun game in the world, even under threat. We will always continue to play baseball, always. Yeah, so help us out if you can by donating to Heifer Valley Baseball. And if you don't have the means, just say a prayer for the wonderful and courageous kids of the Barbarians Baseball Club. I'm Judah the Barbarian. Am Yisrael Chai.